Have you ever pondered why Buddhists are often considered bearers of profound wisdom? A question that invites us to explore the world of Buddhism, a philosophy rich in knowledge and insights. Regardless of their geographic location or cultural background, Buddhists are often perceived as wise individuals. But why is this so? The answer lies in the very principles that form the bedrock of Buddhism. These principles encourage a life filled with wisdom, compassion, and understanding. They urge individuals to look within and beyond the physical world, to question, to seek, and to comprehend the true nature of existence. The wisdom of Buddhists is not just about intellectual knowledge or analytical skills. It is much more profound. It's about understanding the true nature of things and discerning the reality beyond the surface. This wisdom is the light that illuminates the path to enlightenment, the ultimate goal in Buddhism. Buddhism teaches that wisdom is not something that comes from outside, but is something that is discovered within us. It's like a hidden treasure waiting to be unearthed. This wisdom is innate. It is in every one of us, awaiting to be awakened and to be realized. This realization comes from the understanding of the Four Noble Truths and the practice of the Noble Eightfold Path, which are the core teachings of Buddhism. So it's not surprising that Buddhists are often seen as wise. They are seekers of truth, explorers of the inner world, and navigators of the path to enlightenment. They strive to understand the true nature of existence, to see things as they really are and not as they appear to be. They cultivate wisdom through mindfulness, meditation, and moral conduct. This wisdom is not just for the sake of knowledge, but for the liberation from suffering, for the attainment of inner peace, and for the betterment of all beings. It's a wisdom that transcends the boundaries of self and embraces the interconnectedness of all life. It's a wisdom that fosters compassion, promotes understanding, and inspires a life of purpose and fulfillment. Now let's delve deeper to understand how Buddhists acquire this wisdom, starting with the Four Noble Truths behind it. The journey to wisdom in Buddhism begins with an understanding of the Four Noble Truths, an element. Firstly, the truth of suffering, also known as dukkha. It is the cornerstone of Buddhist philosophy. This is the realization that life in its essence is impermanent and ever-changing. This impermanence leads to a sense of unsatisfactoriness or suffering, whether it's physical pain, emotional turmoil, or even the subtle discontentment we feel in seemingly happy moments. Dukkha is a universal experience. Secondly, we have the truth of the origin of suffering, or samudaya. This truth explores the root cause of our suffering, which is often linked to desire, craving, and ignorance. It's our attachment to transient things, our relentless pursuit of the ephemeral, and our ignorance of the true nature of reality that fuel our suffering. This noble truth helps Buddhists to understand the reasons as to why things are as they are. The third noble truth is the truth of the cessation of suffering, or nirodha. It's the optimistic message in Buddhism that suffering can indeed be ceased. This cessation is not about escaping reality, but about understanding and accepting it as it is. It is about letting go of our attachments, desires, and ignorance. Once they understand the origin of the circumstances they are undergoing, this third truth helps them in accepting the current situation, which then leads to the fourth truth. Finally, the fourth noble truth, the truth of the path leading to the cessation of suffering, or magga, outlines the practical approach to ending suffering. This isn't a magical shortcut, but a well-trodden path known as the Noble Eightfold Path, which we delve into in the next scene. These four noble truths provide Buddhists with a unique perspective on life. They encourage Buddhists to confront suffering head-on, understand its origins, realize its cessation, and follow a practical path toward liberation. This direct, honest approach to life's challenges fosters a deep wisdom. A wisdom that is not about knowing more, but rather about understanding better. The Four Noble Truths are the foundation, but there's more to the wisdom of Buddhists. The Noble Eightfold Path. Following the Four Noble Truths, Buddhists embark on the Noble Eightfold Path to further their wisdom. This path, much like a compass, guides Buddhists in their journey towards enlightenment, covering moral, mental, and wisdom-related practices. First, we have the right understanding, the cornerstone of wisdom. This path encourages seeing things as they truly are, removing the veil of ignorance, and seeing the reality of impermanence and suffering. Then comes the right intention. This path is about aligning our thoughts with our actions, making sure that our intentions come from a place of goodwill and harmlessness, not from greed, hatred, or delusion. The third is the right speech, a moral practice that encourages truthfulness, harmonious speech, and words that are kind and beneficial. It's about using our voice to promote peace and understanding, not to create discord. Right action follows, urging us to act in ways that are wholesome and beneficial, not causing harm to ourselves or others. This includes respecting all life, being honest and content with our possessions, and maintaining responsible relationships. The fifth path is the right livelihood. This path is about ensuring that our means of living do not cause harm or suffering to others. It encourages work that promotes life and well-being, rather than contributing to harm or injustice. The sixth is the right effort. It is about directing our energy toward cultivating positive states of mind and letting go of negative ones. It's a mental practice that involves perseverance and determination. Next in line is right mindfulness, a mental discipline that involves being fully present in the moment and observing our thoughts, feelings, and sensations without judgment. It's about being aware, but not reactive or overwhelmed by what's happening around us. Finally, we have the right concentration. This path is about developing the mental focus necessary for deep meditation. It's the practice of keeping our mind steady, composed, and focused on a single object to the exclusion of other distractions. Through the Noble Eightfold Path, Buddhists cultivate wisdom. But it doesn't stop there. But how are they achieving this? Through meditation and mindfulness, integral practices in Buddhism, serving as powerful tools in the pursuit of wisdom. They are the keys that unlock the door to a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Imagine a serene lake, its surface still and tranquil. Meditation is like this lake, a state of calm that allows us to reflect on our thoughts and emotions without judgment or distraction. In this state of tranquility, we can observe the true nature of our thoughts and feelings, and by doing so, we cultivate wisdom. Just as a lake reflects the world around it, meditation allows us to reflect on our inner world. It is a journey inward that brings us face to face with our desires, fears, and hopes. When we meditate, we are not trying to change or control our thoughts. Instead, we observe them with a sense of curiosity and openness. This observation without attachment or aversion leads to a clearer understanding of our own mind. On the other hand, mindfulness is the practice of being fully present in the moment, aware of where we are and what we're doing without getting overly reactive or overwhelmed by what's going on around us. It's about acknowledging and accepting our experiences, whether pleasant or unpleasant, and not being overtaken by them. Through mindfulness, Buddhists cultivate a profound understanding of the impermanent nature of all things. This understanding leads to a shift in perspective, allowing them to see beyond the illusion of permanence and grasp the true essence of existence. Meditation and mindfulness are not about escaping reality, but about understanding it more deeply. They are about seeing things as they truly are, without the filters of our biases and preconceptions. Through these practices, Buddhists gain a clearer perception of the world, and this clarity is the foundation of wisdom. In the end, it's not about acquiring wisdom as though it were a possession, but about uncovering the wisdom that already resides within us. It's about peeling back the layers of illusion and misconception to reveal the clear and luminous nature of our mind. Through meditation and mindfulness, Buddhists gain insights that contribute to their wisdom. As we have discovered the very origin of wisdom that Buddhists have, we have answered our question: how do Buddhists acquire wisdom? Let's take a moment to revisit the heart of our discussion. The wisdom of Buddhists is not something that just magically appears. It's an outcome of a deep and profound understanding of life and our place within it. This understanding is shaped by the teachings of Buddhism, which we've explored in this video. We began by discussing the Four Noble Truths. These truths form the foundation of Buddhist wisdom. They deal with the reality of suffering, its cause, its end, and the path that leads to its end. It's through understanding these truths that Buddhists gain insight into the nature of existence and start on their journey to wisdom. Next, we delved into the Noble Eightfold Path. This path is the practical guide to attaining wisdom, detailing the right understanding, thought, speech, action, livelihood, effort, mindfulness, and concentration. Each step on this path is a building block in the development of wisdom. It's not just about learning these steps, but about living them, making them a part of one's everyday life. Then we touched upon the practice of meditation and mindfulness. These are not just tools for relaxation or stress reduction. They are meant to cultivate a clear, tranquil mind that is capable of deep understanding. It's through these practices that Buddhists develop the ability to see things as they truly are, without distortion or illusion. In essence, the wisdom of Buddhists comes from a deep understanding of the true nature of life and existence. It's about seeing beyond the surface, beyond the illusions that often cloud our judgment. It's about understanding the interconnectedness of all things, the impermanence of life, and the ultimate reality beyond our ordinary perceptions. In Buddhism, wisdom is not just about knowing. It's about understanding the true nature of things, and this understanding is what makes Buddhists wise. It's a journey that requires patience, dedication, and a willingness to see beyond the ordinary. But at its end lies a wisdom that is profound, liberating, and deeply transformative. This is exactly what we need to do to have the same wisdom. The beauty is you can be as wise as the Buddhist too,